people superior at?
Oh, well, according to television, everything. A white man could fly. Even a white woman, she could be 4 foot.
She's loud.
She knew karate. She could take down 15 people.
There's 100 black folks. Why do they put a X in the end of folks? I said that as a joke. Like the other day, I wrote it as a joke. What is that? Folks is already gender neutral. What the is that? A variation of the word folks is mean the gender neutral way to refer to members of the or members of or signal identity LGBTQ community. What? Why do people want to fucking put X into everything, dude? What is going on? Like, is there like a fucking X lobby out there who's just like, listen, we really gotta do better. Like, we won Xmas, and ever since then, we haven't really utilized the letter X that much. What we have to do, they're in a dark smoke-filled room. They're like, what we have to do, folks, yeah, you could put an X there.
What are white people superior at?
Man.
Huh.
Oh, God.
What are white people superior at?
Adding X to the end of shit. Easy. I don't know. Imperialism, colonizing, enslaving entire groups of people, making sure that that history never gets the full representation in books. What else? Acting like they are the ones who are oppressed when you bring any of that shit up. Dividing people, that's pretty good. Not seasoning. Lol, that is how you lose viewers. Man, oh, fragility, definitely. Like warrantless fragility. That's one. That's not even a joke. Because like as soon as I say that, someone is like, "Wow, you just lost the radical white." Bitch, I'm white. What the f do you mean? Like if you're getting that triggered by me saying like colonizing the third world or subjugating them to horrible conditions, and you get mad, then you're crazy. Like.
They just keep talking, mostly about their pets.
White people love their dogs. Like, that's all you see.
Cats. Letting them get
This video, if they did that about black people, if they did this video about black people, they'd be so mad. It's like, yeah, they would be.
on your countertops while you're cooking. Yes.
I get that you love your pet, but like you need to take it everywhere, like everywhere. I guess, you know, hey, emotional support animals, I guess.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Fuck, man, like making cereal.
Casseroles.
What kind of casserole?
Tuna. It's always tuna. What do you mean? It's always tuna.
Using mayonnaise in a lot of their recipes.
Making bland.
I think mayonnaise gets unfairly owned.
That's it for saying him not
I think it's an old meme. Let's normalize mayo, okay? This is something that I do believe, like aioli and shit like that, especially like mayonnaise that's been branched off into other shit. Like, who doesn't like mayonnaise? Like, mayonnaise literally makes sandwiches better. It does. It does, especially if it's like, you know, and this is very white, sexy mayonnaise. Like when you fucking, it's just like mayo that has gentrified itself somehow and turned into aioli. White people love gentrifying. They love gentrifying so much that they literally turned something that they created as a concept into something different. They gentrify their own. Every other black person I know likes mayo. Yeah, like everybody likes mayo. I think it's just a meme. Like people try to say like, oh, mayo. Like if you were to say put raisins in potato salad, that's white people shit for sure. And it's weird. I don't get that. I have never, like, I don't understand it. Or putting raisins and shit. Like, it is kind of weird. But mayo is not like that. Like, mayo is pretty good. Mayo and aioli are both emulsions or a suspension of fat in a liquid. Man, okay, shut up, dude. Oh, look at me with my big brain over here using words like emulsion.
Food.
Unseasoned chicken.
How are you gonna start whole spice wars and don't even use seasoning on your food? I mean, come on.
Okay, I've said that a million times. It's true. It's a true take.
Smelling funky.
Santa Claus.
Extreme water sports.
Corn mazes.
White people are great at having fun. That's a function of white supremacy because
What is he wearing? Dude, I got a big beard too, but what is that? That's not That's not working, dude. This guy literally did the opposite, dude. Yo, he did the opposite. You know how people do the chin diaper? He fucking somehow did the opposite mask, where he has like his nose covered, but not his mouth. I've never seen that before.
Because they just don't have as many stresses as we do.
White people are very superior at their privilege and utilizing it. We do not have the privilege to do whatever and however we want to.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Not getting arrested.
You know, I was driving down the street with, down the highway with a friend of mine who was white. When he's like, I'm just want to pull over and pee. And I'm in the passenger seat. And I was like, please don't. Because a black man thinks differently. If I pull over to the side, and I'm in the passenger highway with a friend of
Not getting arrested.
You know, I was driving down the street with, down the highway with a friend of mine who was white. When he's like, I'm just want to pull over and pee. And I'm in the passenger seat. And I was like, please don't. Because a black man thinks differently. If I pull over to the side of the road and pee, a cop is going to be right behind me to punish me.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Insecurity, pretending,
fear, being fearful of nothing, being ignorant,
Blame.
Letting their egos control their every move.
privilege.
Privilege. Feeling victimized.
Playing the victim.
Congratulating themselves over shit.
Hold on. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Yes! That's what I was waiting for, dude. Oh, that's what dude, I called it. There's a delay. I was waiting. I was like, there's gotta be someone in here who's gonna get fucking pissed off by that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That they're incompetent at, or that should have already been done.
They're superior at being dicks.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Oppression, gaslighting,
lack of empathy,
intellectualizing oppression.
Did I say oppression?
They're just creatively thinking of new ways of like always staying one step ahead of other people. We get rid of slave catchers, then let's just expand the police force. Like that stuff to me is wild.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Making us believe that we don't matter.
Believing that they're superior.
Feeling superior.
Thinking they're superior. Thinking that they're superior.
Thinking that they are superior.
Self-delusion.
Controlling the narrative.
Believing their own press.
Marketing of white superiority.
Whether you are Republican, whether you're Democrat, whether you're conservative, like white people are really good at upholding white supremacy.
How about claiming that, you know, they are actually a whole separate race, when actually white DNA comes from the black female?
So what exactly are white people superior at?
Honey, lying, stealing, and cheating.
Manipulation.
Withholding information.
Lying.
Telling lies.
This is like, damn, these folks going off with a, what if white people made a similar video? Would you laugh then? I think it'd be funnier if white people were shitting on themselves in a similar capacity. I don't know if this is particularly helpful. It's not, it's the cut. It's like, it's lib shit. This is why white working class voters vote for Trump. Good job, Hassan. I'm Bill Maher. So a lot of this stuff is funny. There's certain takes in there that definitely, she's talking about the mitochondrial DNA. She's right. Oh, I didn't know that. Imagine asking Candace Owens this. Damn, these guys are bigger white supremacists than actual Nazis. Remember, it's not helpful. It's supposed to be humorous. It's not really funny, is it? Just sounds like a lot of hurt. It's supposed to be humorous, but of course, in a cut fashion, it certainly fucking, like, the mayo spicy or police stuff is like funny. For me, what's more humorous about this entire process is how upset people get at the mere mention of this sort of thing, because people do get mad at this. The white working class is reactionary because it was abandoned, not justifying though. It's all fine and dandy until people start taking it to the biological and sensualism route. Yeah, no, I think that that is fucking ridiculous. That's what I was going to say. How is this not helpful? Your confusion is so aggravating. This is the type of cultural shift that listens to different perspectives, motivates new policies in the future. Please don't fall into the dumb racist shit. Don't even know how you manage this. What do you mean? How is this not helpful? I think it's funny, but it's not supposed to be helpful. Like there's certain parts of the video that are funny, certain parts that are going to specifically trigger the out of white people, but it's not ever supposed to be helpful.
What kind of lies?
The lies of history. They say that history is written by the victor, but
The victor could be replaced by the colonizer.
What are white people superior at?
Conquering.
Imperialism.
Imperialism.
Colonizing. Colonialism.
Colonization.
Colonization. They might be better at that than us and everybody else, really.
They ballsy, they rose up all over the world, and they walk into everybody's house and says, oh, this is nice, I'm gonna take your shit. And they have no qualms about it. They can take anything, baby.
What exactly are white people superior at?
They're real good at violence.
Violence. Genocide.
It's like stealing people's lives just because they feel like it. If you are white and you know
this is gonna trigger the fuck out of people,
and you say nothing, then you're a killer too. You are adopting a whole philosophy that says it's okay to do this, and part of that philosophy allows you to be ignorant, right? And they're like, oh, I didn't know.
What exactly are white people superior at?
Taking what's not there.
Taking shit.
Taking our ideas.
Copycatting.
Gentrification.
Appropriating things that do not belong to them.
Taking over other people's cultures and making you believe that they invented it.
Maybe they're thinking of it as repurposing. It's like recycle and repurpose.
As my grandma would say, them white folk, they'll take it if you don't copyright it.
They are very good at destruction of land, destruction of people, destruction of humanness.
What exactly are white people superior at?
White people are not superior with anything.
Nothing.
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 There's nothing.
Nothing.
I don't believe that they're superior in any way, shape, or form.
Just because our skin color is different, you're no better than me, you're no smarter than me. No superiority there.
The whole point of this video is to prove that white people aren't actually superior as a lot of white people claim to be. If white people were to do this about black people, it would be deemed as racist. Stereotypes will be called upon to make a point which is completely invalid. I really can see why this makes white people mad. It makes me feel embarrassed and bad. Well, you shouldn't. I don't think you should be embarrassed by black people saying this about white people. Why the fuck do you care? Like, you didn't do any of that shit. As long as you're a good person who is open-minded, and as long as you're a fucking a good person who's not like doing performative over-the-top woke shit like fucking washing black people's feet or whatever the fuck some of these psychos want to do, as long as you're like not a racist person and you actively catch yourself and work against the social conditioning that you've had, you should never fucking feel embarrassed about being born white. That's so pathetic and stupid. It's not like, it's completely outside of your fucking control. I find that so stupid. Like, only fucking fragile babies who are SJWs themselves, like white identitarians, constantly talk about fucking white guilt in this way. I find it really unhelpful and really silly to like be upset about that sort of thing. As long as you're not actively working against black people, as long as you're not actively fucking undermining black people, as long as when you see racism somewhere, like in your family or in your near vicinity or anywhere else for that matter, you stop and you try to correct that, then who gives a shit? It's dumb. I don't understand why you would ever be like, I don't understand why you'd be fucking embarrassed. It's not like you control it. You don't fucking control this. You don't control your history. Curb Your Enthusiasm is a minstrel show, but Jews, what? Jesus Christ, dude. I love Larry David. Oh, I do not agree with this take at all. It's like saying Dave Chappelle is the Chappelle Show is a minstrel show, but for black people. I don't know if you were joking about that or not. There's certainly some takes in here that are spicy, for sure, but I don't necessarily think spice is all that bad. I mean, I say fucking spicy shit that pisses off black people from time to time, especially on Twitter. Like when I said Candace Owens was Tommy Lord in blackface. I think it's right at the edge. Okay? Right at the edge. Some black people liked it. Some black people did not like it at all. They were very mad. Üst seviye yöneticilerin çoğu beyaz, üstün oldukları için mi yoksa tabulardan dolayı mı? Discrimination becomes. I wouldn't like to make a video like this about black people because it would be regressive. So why is it okay for it to be done for whites? Yeah, it isn't really your thing to say though. We got it covered though. See, people are still mad about it. Doesn't mean that like Candace Owens is literally white, by the way. I'm not saying that. Oh, it was a joke, nerd. Oh, okay. So here's the conversation that I have routinely. Okay, this is a conversation that needs to be had quite frequently. Okay, unfortunately, because a lot of people have never comprehended this. Are white people oppressed? Absolutely. But they are not oppressed by virtue of being white. They are oppressed by their class position, not necessarily because they have white skin. Black people, on the other hand, are oppressed in a similar capacity, right, by the current economic organization of our society. But then also on top of that, they are also oppressed by virtue of the color of their skin. This is the difference. No one is saying that like fucking poor white people are better off than like Oprah. That's a silly take. I think there was certainly a time and place when that would not have been a silly take. The wealthiest or the most fortunate black person was still worse off in society than the poorest white person. That certainly did exist at a certain point. It no longer does. But that does not mean that black people are not, especially if they are in a similar class position, are not impacted by a compounded form of oppression by the virtue of the color of their skin. Okay? Do you get it? Do you understand it? This is a concept that people routinely misunderstand. This is a concept that people routinely misunderstand, where they mistake, and by the way, they mistake this because I think a lot of liberals also refuse to analyze it from this point of view and end up saying things that may come across like, oh, you're a white person, you've never been oppressed, or whatever the fuck, when that's not the case. Of course white people are oppressed, but they're oppressed by capitalism. They're not oppressed by being white and therefore being discriminated against or being the victim of racism from the point of view of being white. Hi, YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel, Hasanabi. If you're watching this on one of the clip channels, please subscribe to my channel, the original one, Hasanabi, and also ring the bell.